Hey, what is up, guys? It's Xantho here. Today's going to be basically a day one update of the build after the first day of the league. It is about 7 p.m., so it's 7 hours past the cutoff mark for when the second day begins. But my sleep schedule has been really jacked up, so I was basically sleeping for most of that last 7 hours. So basically, this is basically day one stuff. I got almost the full build set up. I'm still running only a 4-link though. Because getting a 6-link Ghost Rider with the right colors is a bit tricky. You basically have to buy a corrupted one. And then use tainted fusings on it. And then tainted chromatics to get the right colors. So that usually costs like, I don't know, a divine or two to do. But it's well worth it because Ghost Rider gives an ungodly amount of energy shield. So it's well worth it. If you take this off, I have 4600. I put it back on, I have 7700. That's literally 3100 energy shield it's giving me. And 50 chaos resistance, which is nice. And this isn't even quality all the way up. If I quality this up to 20 or get it up to 30 with Hillock and Betrayal, that'll be a ton of ES. But I just have like have the self-crafted helmet here with 321 ES. All you gotta do is just buy a Hubris circlet, preferably with like 100% base percentage percentile. You can see the top there is 92 of 80 to 92. You can type base percentile in trade search in the armor section. I bought 100 percentile and then just used like 10 dense fossils and they happen to land up on 321. This isn't even quality up. This is 19 quality. And then craft on trigger cycle spells when you focus the 2.25 second cooldown. That's how we get our curses to be all applied at the same time. Now we need a fair bit of mana. I think we need, for my setup, I think I need like 150 mana to cast all of them at the same time. But as you can see, I have 275, but that's because if I do Arctic Armor, I can't cast them all. So I'm not using Arctic Armor right now. I'm going to wait till I get a Enlighten set up, and then I can put all my curses in my gloves. Not sorry, my curses, my auras in my gloves. Or my boots, depending on where I want to put them. Or my gloves, and then put an Enlighten setup in there. And then put my other two auras in wherever they fit. But your curses have to go in your helmet because you need that trigger socket in your focus mod. You can probably just go on TFT and get someone to craft this for you. Maybe a friend has the craft. But the way I did it, I just bought mods with Of the Veil on trades, which is the suffix version of the veiled mods for helmets. And I just bought like I think 5 or 2 C a piece, and it cost me 10 C total, and I happened to land one of them with that mod. So I got that unveiled, and then I could just craft it at my bench. Got my Anathema. These are actually really cheap this league. I got a Perfect Roll Intelligence for like 15C, so this is pretty good. Got my Oxium. Got this one perfect rolled. But 25% elemental damage with attack skills and 70 energy shield. Perfect roll for like 2C. And then I got maximum energy shield 80. Just by I blessed her like 5 times and happened to land 80 in like for the 5th one, I think. I'm still wearing Sintrack. Still wearing kind of crappy gear on my amulet, right ring, and boots and gloves and shield are all kind of shitty. My helmet's solid. 321 is solid. I want to get that up to 350 plus, preferably. I can recraft anytime I want when I have extra money, but I have like 0 money right now. However, I do have like this for sale for 1.5 divines, which I crafted yesterday. Like it 10 hours into the league. I just decided I'm going to use some of my money in craft. So I perfect fossiled it, found a fractured base, somebody up had it for sale. Used Essences of Zeal until I got some hybrid fizz and crafted on physical damage. Which is cheap because exalts are, of course, incredibly cheap early in the league. So I think I crafted that for like, in total with the base, probably like 50C. But that's beside the point. I have my trader set up. all set up here. Now this does not have flash charges gained. I think it has one. One of these is flash charges gained. Yep, there we go. Depth perception gives flash charges gained. Which means I need to take these 3 nodes right here to get my full flash charges sustain. To make it like here it's like 100% flash charge sustain. So let's just do a little map real quick. So this is, once again, this is on 4 link, only 7700 energy shield. Really bad, for the most part, really bad gear. Pop my flasks, because they're all set up for 20 quality to be used reused at the end of the flask effect. Roll these myself. This is a T10 map. I only have like 35 completion, I think, on my map on my atlas, because I did a lot of heist. And then spent a bunch of time sniping bases and crafting and stuff. That's how I got my Valhalla Trader Jewel, because that cost me like 3 divines. And divines were like 90 C at that point. So I'm not running a Quicksilver right now because I don't have enough res on my gear to do that. So I have to use all 3 elemental flasks, which you should on bosses and tough encounters anyway, using all 3 elemental flasks. But if you're good on res on one of them, you can drop the one that has regen on it. Which is, you don't actually have regen on it. These are just bad suffixes. I need to annul those. And then get veiled crafts on them. Preferably reduce my cost of skills and regen 3% of life per second. Which then turns into 3% ES regen per second from Solid Oath. So, as you can see, the clear is not that good. As I said, it's mediocre, but it's not terrible. The AoE is quite big. And the AoE gets way bigger with Cluster Jewels. I'm going to get an extra 30% AoE with Cluster Jewels, which I do not have any Cluster Jewels right now. I'm kind of on a bare bones tree right now. I have the points for starting Cluster Jewels up, but don't actually have the Cluster Jewel. I'm going to get a set and forget Guerrilla Tactics cluster. My first order of business once my sword sells. And then set it up with a probably a Nature's Patience jewel. Actually, maybe I'll get the interrogation for alt elements. Cause I don't want to be stay stationary too much because I still can't tank everything. So, but once I get my Arctic armor and Nature's Patience and Trickster, Spellbreaker, Forbidden Jewels, then I can probably just stay stationary and face tank everything. I'm face tank a lot of stuff with just, you know, Frost Shield, but I can't face tank everything. What is this? This is barracks. I can never remember which one is a good barracks. I just think it's the Ignite one, but I can't tell which one is which. This is the armor one. Man, this should be the boss. See, that bleed's kind of messing me out. A Sepulchre map. I've already completed that one, unfortunately. These, yeah, alt elements would help a lot. Getting 20% sap in there would be really good. Because 20% sap is the equivalent of staying stationary for 5 seconds with Nature's Patience. Actually, no, better. Nature's Patience only gives 10% less damage taken, sap's 20% less damage taken. So, yeah, first order of business, get a Cluster Jewel, set and forget, Guerrilla Tactics. Go 1, 2, 3, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 4 more passive points. Actually, 3 more, because I have 1 extra. So, that's basically the update. Build's working great. only on a 4 link. If you have any questions as to how to help progress the character, toss them down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer them as best as I can. So, and with that, peace out, you guys.